Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde. Stanley Parable. Wir sind hier beim letzten Mal gewesen. Wir haben immer noch den Bucket. Warte mal, was, wenn ich jetzt noch mal zum Bucket gehe? Lol. Kommt nur ein neuer? Ich glaube nicht. Okay, dann nicht. Auf jeden Fall. Nachdem wir beim letzten Mal unendlich lange in dieses Loch gefallen sind. Ich würde sagen, wir machen nur den Exit. Da, weil wir hier alles schon gesehen haben. Guckt euch unbedingt den letzten und alle anderen Parts an. Und lasst unbedingt auch, wenn ihr mich unterstützen wollt, ein Like da, auch ein Abo. Würde auch sehr helfen. Und nun Ausgang. Exit. Ihr werdet nur erfahren, was hier alles so Cooles gab. Es gab sehr viele krasse Figuren, denn das Loch war sehr cool. Wenn ihr den letzten Part anguckt. Ich habe doch alles gesehen. Mit meinem Eimer.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
Es wird
There's
funktionieren.
Definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Ja, bin ich.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Ja, es ist perfekt. Diese Ballons.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
Was?
Hold on, let me do a
Das ist doch
different
das perfekte
arrangement.
Game.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Warum sind zwei Löcher da?
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good the gags are, they wouldn't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original.
Ja, das muss reingebaut werden.
Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few
neue Features einzubauen.
Tastefully, of course, with respect, with care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could, but it would need a really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2."
Das wäre gut.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ja. Spielbeginn. Okay. Creepy. An sich gefällt's mir. Aber ich sag mal kurz, bis gleich. So. Da bin ich wieder. Und ich würde sagen, wir machen jetzt weiter. Weiter geht's.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Wir kennen das schon. Die Luftballons, ja!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Ich weiß nicht. Ich denke, es wird jetzt was Neues sein. Vielleicht was bei dieser... der Bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Was werden wir nun? Ich würde sagen, wir gehen nun nach
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to
rechts. Gehen wir
and entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here
okay, der Eimer redet mit uns, nice.
Turned out to be correct. Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nun? Genau.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay. Der Eimer redet mit uns.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Genau, da wollte ich
Stanley
sogar
did
hin.
not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Ich auch, ich
It should have
schon.
alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious.
Da oben sind auch Luftballons.
He was firmly convinced
Überall
that the
sind sie.
bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
War knapp mit dem Runter.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Nun
Now pick up the phone.
habe ich gemacht. Und nun?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Mal gucken, was hier ist. Ah. Ich bin's, der Emma. Habe ich gemacht.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
T. Okay.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Um zurück zur Arbeit zu gehen. Das Leben zieht vorbei.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me?
Wo ist der Eimer?
Listen to
Da.
me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't
Ich kann nicht mal den
do
Monitor
anything
ausmachen.
else.
Hör nicht auf den lauten Mann. Drücke L, damit wir wieder nach Hause gehen. J meine ich, nicht L.
You see, he's not listening. He's
That's him.
still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket.
Eigentlich
This
schickes
stupid
Haus.
hunk of metal.
Ja, natürlich, Eimerchen. Du bist mein bester Freund.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Ich drücke alles, was er sagt.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say?
Hör, ich kann hier hochlaufen.
Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Lol. K.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Um nach Hause und zur Arbeit, nach Hause und zur Arbeit, nach Hause zur Arbeit zu gehen.
Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket.
Oh, hier geht's
No,
lang.
no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I...
Der Bucket macht alle
This will be
verrückt.
less confusing. Yes.
Dieser Eimer liest deine
Tell me
Gedanken.
what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket.
Nein,
Give it to me.
das war ein Eimer.
Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it
Schließ die
or
Augen. Ich habe die Augen geschlossen, scheinbar. Ein weiteres Ende. Geh zurück zur Arbeit, Stanley. Okay. Und es sind überall Eimer, oder? Oder irgendwas anderes? Nein, ist nix. Okay, wir wissen schon mal, was passiert, wenn man mit dem Eimer auf den Eimer
Stanley
hört.
decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Aber was, wenn wir nur nicht auf ihn hören, sondern was anderes machen? Mit dem Eimer. Aber erstmal müssen wir entlang gehen. Nun gehen wir zum Meeting Room. Hä? Hier hat sich was verändert, oder?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, ich habe das jetzt gemacht. Also was nun passiert?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Oh, Blumencloset ist offen.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Ja.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it.
Ich spür's auch.
It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom
Besenkammer.
closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to
Dieser
say.
Platz.
It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion
Genau.
and lifelong friend.
Schnell nicht weggeben.
Can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety
Ich
of
auch nicht.
reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so
Vielleicht ist es
banal
auch
and
so.
meaningless that
Ich
you
und der
feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
Genau, doofe
Expand
Besenkammer.
on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
Als wir
Go through
gemeinsam
each of them
zusammen,
point by point.
als wir
Share
gemeinsam,
your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
genau, als wir zusammen mit ihm einen Weg entlang gelaufen waren, das war sehr schön.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Oh,
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion.
wir haben jetzt einen Zettel
Take
drauf.
a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Und nun?
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Ja, Eimer.
You see?
Es ist der Eimer.
I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a
Ja,
bucket.
es ist ein Eimer.
There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Das ist wichtig. Gut. Ich würde sagen, wir gehen weiter. Genug über Eimer.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Okay, er ist gegangen. Aber was ist, wenn wir bleiben? Warten wir mal. Vielleicht ist er ja wirklich gegangen. Lass uns mal gehen. Gehen wir mal nach oben.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Genau. Was ist jetzt? Ist hier was? Mit dem Eimer? So, ich drücke den falschen Knopf. Ich voll Idiot. Oh, ein Stanley.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember?
Eine Minifigur.
No reward
Juhu.
for collecting all of these. Only the intrinsic pleasure of a
Es
job
freut
well
mich,
done.
die Figur
You
gefunden
can't
zu
buy
haben.
that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Nice. Ich werde sie immer einsammeln und collecten.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always.
Okay.
The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the
Was, wenn wir mit
bucket
dem
that he
Eimer
didn't
fliegen?
notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Okay. 845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Ja.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is certainly the most logical
Ja, es ist sehr
explanation.
logisch, dass der einmal den Code weiß. Oh, eine Stanley-Figur. Die nehmen wir natürlich mit.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes.
Genau, die
I think I
Stanley-Guren.
that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Sehr gut. Sehr, sehr gut. Dann auf nach unten mit dem Eimer. Aber was dort unten ist, erfahren wir erst. Oh, der Screen ist auch rot. Beim nächsten Mal. Was wird mit dem Eimer passieren? Tschüss, bis zur nächsten Folge. Ciao.